Hello, everyone. Welcome into another edition of Just Another Year Chicago. My name is Tony Sapita, and I'm joined by my co-host Nick Barr. How you doing tonight, Nick?
Tony, I've been better, my man. We'll get into the game here. Why don't you tell us about our beloved bench mob?
Yeah, of course. So back in the early 2010s, those vibes are back. The bench mob returns in 2021 with guys like Alex Caruso, Kobe White, who will be back soon. We'll have a little update for you on that. Javante Green and Derek Jones Jr., as well as Ayo DeSumo, our lovely little boy. Head over to www.benchmob.com to get your bench mob shirt, wristbands, and more. Use code J20 to get 20% off your order. That's JAY20. A portion of all sales goes to the Quiet Storm Foundation, CJ Watson's foundation. Great cause. Check it out if you want to know more, and the link will be below in the description. There's 6 shirts. So I guess we can start right there. If you want, Nick, bench mob.
Yeah, listen, man. I'm disappointed, but I'm comfortable, dude. I'm telling you, not even again, not an ad. We've talked about this off camera. I wear my, whatever shirt I'm wearing during the day. And then if we're doing an episode today, I put my bench mob shirt on. Yes, we do wash them sometimes. And it's like I just crawled into bed. I mean, it's fantastic. It's like a what do you call it? Those like snuggie things, but it's a shirt. But that's how good it feels. So fantastic. But listen, as much as I like how Bench Mob, the company, is making their shirts, I'm not loving the bench mob tonight on the Chicago Bulls, Tony. I mean, again, we're seeing, not only is Demar a good addition, but we're not winning some of these games without him. Do you agree? I mean, I think I'm getting a little bit harsh on Levine right now, and I don't mean that. Okay, I think there's a lot of other factors that are going into play here, right? The injury, some of the calls. I mean, Tony, can you just get into the call at the end there?
Oh,
what was that?
So to preface it, okay, so it was the Joel Embiid block on DeMar DeRozan at the end when they were down 4, and of course there was still some work to do, but that's a foul. It's 2 shots. That's we've seen it tons of times in the NBA. You can come back from that. However, it was called, so they called it a foul on the court, reviewed it, overruled it, called it a common foul, a block, which it wasn't. The part that I was most upset about was the fact that they called it a foul on the court, and he clearly, yes, he got a lot of the ball, but he also tackled DeMar DeRozan, which is a foul. And then they went to replay and overturned it because that was indisputable video evidence enough to overturn it. That's what bothered me. If you had called it a block on the court and left it, that's fine. Right. But yeah.
Well, okay. So, and here's for a visual. Okay. If you didn't see the play, think about, I think I remember there was this viral, this was way back before things would really go viral, but you get that exercise ball, right? You got and your big brother or, big cousin gets the exercise ball, and then the little kids run at him, and then boom, they fly off each other. That's what it looked like. Embiid, it was it was like he was elastic. Like you could see the change of direction of DeMar, right? I mean, it was ridiculous. And the fact that, like you said, they overturned something that was, because right when you overturn a call, we've been through this with football, and it's painful, but you have to have that definitive evidence, right? Still looking.
I agree. It was disgusting. We got robbed. You are right though about the whole the giant exercise ball, how they bounced off. I definitely thought someone was hurt. First, I thought it was going to be DeRozan, because I'm just shocked Embiid didn't, just bounce him into the 5th row. Big guy, But then Embiid fell really weird. Thankfully, thankfully everyone's okay. That's what matters. At the end of the day, the Chicago Bulls officially were robbed of a win. I was robbed of money. The viewers were potentially robbed of money if you bet on the Bulls. And I'd like an investigation. That's all. I just want an investigation. That's all I want.
Me too. Well, we'll keep it short and sweet. I just want to get over just a few things off my chest here. Listen, you got Georges Niang beating you. Is what it is, man.
He couldn't miss.
He couldn't miss, and it's not even that. We still have the best defensive rotations I've seen on a team. Maybe that's because I watch quite a bit more of Bulls games than other teams, but I'm telling you, man, they were doing everything right. They just couldn't catch a break. And on our open shots. Okay, I guess you can take some blame there. You got to hit open shots, but it really came down to they made their open shots, we missed. They even made some that were heavily guarded too. So what are you going to do, man? And of course, I would say Vooch got to have more than 10 points, my dude. If you're the third guy, that's it, man. And DeRozan 37, he can't do that every night. He's playing like all-star DeRozan on the Raptors right now, which I'm loving every second of this. It's proving everyone wrong, like especially for our front office. It's kind of a nice middle finger, but we need some more to come together before, that wasn't even the strongest Sixers team that they had. Embiid could play, he could put on more points than that. Tobias Harris was out. He has a pretty strong role there. Danny Green can come in and hit some shots off the bench. So need to see some improvement, from the Bulls, from here on out. Now, win or lose, I'm telling you, man, we are all over these highlight reels though. Every time I go on Instagram, it's like Lonzo, Caruso, Javonte Green, Caruso. It's I'm loving it. And that's not even, and we're talking about the Showtime, the alley-oop Bulls. We're not even talking about what DeMar DeRozan is doing on every single possession. It might not be the most flashy thing, but just that steady hand, we see that that's going to be there for the rest of the year. I need a little bit more from my bench, Tony, and I need a little bit more from my big man, Vooch.
I completely agree. DeMar is single-handedly making the mid-range jumper cool again. I mean, it is, as soon as it leaves his hand, I'm surprised when it doesn't go in. It is just so smooth. I love everything about it. The one word I would use to kind of describe what the Bulls did tonight, and they did it last night too, or Monday night, obviously came back, won that game, so it wasn't as big of a deal. But when they get down like 7-9 points early, the word I would use to describe what they're doing is panicking. They just fire shots up. They're taking Levine is a big part of it, which hurts to say, but he is just launching shots. He's chucking. Yep. He's just trying to make too much happen. He's forcing it, and they just have to. That's where DeMar reins them in. But tonight it was just too little, too late. You can't get down like 20 points. To a team that's not, like we said, at full strength. So,
agreed, friend.
Yeah. Well, you got anything else?
I was just gonna say, I think we're relying on our, like you said, our steady hand and our talent that we now have to make up for these bad starts we're getting on. We've seen the Showtime Warriors doing it, a couple of years ago, but if you don't have that kind of firepower from three to chip away at, like if you're going to get down every time the first quarter hits like that, then it's going to be tough, man, to rely on that. Right. So, got to get it going early. And I will say is Lonzo's probably my favorite Bull, but his panic kind of shows in his passing, right? So Zach and Vooch maybe in their shooting, but Lonzo, pass first guy, he's been getting a little reckless, when we're panicking. Again, that's because we're down. So got to get off to a better start, and that we shall, friends, that we shall. And I won't feel like such an idiot wearing this headband next time. It came today, so I had to wear it. I'm wearing it just like Caruso does. Okay, NBA logo upside down, back. Don't worry about it. All right, that's it.
Absolutely. We stand a king. My final comment will be the National Basketball Association is rigged for ratings and for gambling. The Bulls were +2.5 tonight. That was the line. I didn't realize that. They were an underdog tonight.
Yeah.
DeMar gets those 2 free throws. He can cut it to a 2-point game. They would cover. Money was on the Bulls. Just saying, I'm not surprised. Just want an investigation. Game was stolen. But Nick, if you don't have anything else, I'll close them out here. Yep.
I say, Let's look into it, baby. Let's look into it.
So with that'll do it for another episode of Just Another Year Chicago. My name is Tony Sapita. Thank you again to my co-host, Nick Barr, and to our partner, the Bench Mob. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Until next time, Bulls fans, keep seeing red.